In this lesson, we're going to continue to explore the editor or new editor in WordPress. And we're going to see how we can start to work with the blocks, how we can edit the blocks, and also make some examples on how to create a gallery and a contact page with the map, and how we can embed or we can use HTML and copy and paste it, or if you want, write it directly in a block of your page of your website. So let's get started. And first of all, I want to get back here in the appearance and go here to the editor. So we saw that this is the newest editor right here, where we can manage the layout of the entire website through the templates and patterns. And also we can manage the single pages. So if I want to change here the one of the page of my site, I need to go here and then just select a page. Now we also talk about CSS, how we can apply some styles and padding and margins, and we can also do that with blocks, because blocks and layouts are still part of the CSS of the website. So we already saw this in the previous lesson. Now if I want to create a new page, I can also do it from here. So if I click on plus, and let's call these for example gallery, or perhaps something else, because we already have photo gallery. So let's call this like exhibition and create draft. So we can create a page also from here. It's going to give us some hints, some small animation videos here, and it's now possible to edit the page content inside the site editor and customize also parts of the page that are not just the content, like the header and the footer. So this is going to be then applied to every other page of the website. So let's continue. So right now we are in the page, and this is the exhibition. This is the title up here. Always look here to know where you are, and also down here in the breadcrumbs to know where you are. So let's say that I want to start here with a block. So I can click here, and I can click on plus, and I can add whatever block. So if I add a paragraph, we're not going to see this, but in the HTML, it's going to have a tag here that is called paragraph. So I'm going to call this like just a photo gallery. Now the rest of the page that is not the content, it's the part of the template. So this is a preview of what your website or this page in particular will look like. We don't need to split the screen and visit the site. So if I click anywhere else but here on the, except here on the content part, so let's say I click here, it's going to tell me that perhaps you want to edit your template and you want to edit this block. So yeah, I want to get rid of this. I don't really like this part. So I'm going to click on edit template, and right now you can see the editor stays the same, but we are now editing the rest of the layout. So let's continue. So you can see that now I can underline, I can select another part of the layout. So let's say I want to select this and I want to get rid of this. So I'm going to click and delete this. So I will not see that again. And now I'm editing the template of the page. So I'm going to save this. And this is going to change the entire website. So pages will not display that again. So if I go back, now this is the exhibition page, and you can see this, we don't have any other stuff except the content. So if you want to clean out a little bit the template and the theme, because these are coming from the theme, you can do it just like this. So let's say I want to add a photo gallery here. Let me just go back to the dashboard. So I'm just going to click and go back, click and go back. And let's see the pages situation. And let's do some pages management in here. So I'm going to click here. And you can see this is a simple page for management, old way, let's call it, old-fashioned WordPress. So if I click on draft, this is still in draft. So I can access it from here. I can also click here and trash it from here, or I can publish it. Okay. Now, one thing that I like when I create a page from here, so let's click here, for example, add new page, is that it's going to give you the possibility to choose a template or a predefined layout or a pattern in a way just at the beginning. So you have the choice to start with a blank page or start with some of these templates, which I think are really, really important to study. So if you are a beginner, also like in layout design, these are really good because they're going to give you a lot of ideas on how you can define the layout of your pages. So you can see these are the most common, the most popular types of pages that you can create on a website. So this is kind of an intro page, like about, so who you are and what you do. And then you have like gallery. So if you want to do like photo gallery, you have different types of photo gallery that you can pick from. And then you have services. And I really like this because it's going to give me an idea of how my layout could be. So if I don't want to start by creating everything in my layout, I want to start with something that it's looking already good, I can pick it from here. And so also here you will find uh, like predefined pages with context modules and with the maps. And then you have like coming soon for news and link, bio and newsletter, podcast, portfolio, blog, if you want to do something like Facebook posts or something like that. Stores if you want to create a store, and just plain simple text. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose here like contact. I want to do a contact page. So if I select this one, for example, there you go. Everything is going to be already predefined. So all I need to do is get in here and change these blocks. Now the title is the only one that is going to stay there. It's not going to be like editable in any other way. So this is H1. If I click here and select this block, I can change it from here. So this is a paragraph block. So if I click here, I can transform these into perhaps a list or a quote or perhaps a paragraph again or a heading. So heading, you can see this is contextual. So it changes depending on what you are editing. So the block editor will change slightly in here and also on the right side. So you can see that here I can click and do like H1. H1 is like the most important title. And you can see it doesn't display too good. So let's go with H2 or H3. And in a good page for a good ranking, you need to have like H1, H2, H3, but like you need to change a lot the titles and use titles and paragraphs. So if I want to bring it back to paragraph mode, click here and just switch this back to paragraph. And again, here you have all the styles part, so you can style the paragraph just as we did previously, but also the other blocks. Well, we're gonna get here later. So you can style and change all of these. You can customize all of this stuff. And here, this is where you can input your name, phone, well, not yours, but like the visitors, that they can input the email, write a message and send it to you, and then you can reply if you have an email account connected to this. And you can see this is another type of block, which is columns. So when you need to do like more than one column, you can add more. And here you have like the possibility to change the number of columns and so on. And this is the map right here. So, everything is kind of predefined. Now, if you want to change the location, because probably you are not really here, so you can delete this marker and you can place it anywhere else. So you can navigate here around. And so let's say I want to place the marker right here, or I can add a location directly. So let me type like Rome. So there you go. So you have many options. I'm going to go here and I can change the zoom a little bit. There you go. So let's say that this is going to be my map. That's going to be the marker there, and that's it. And also you have here, as you can see on the right side, different possibilities like basic, satellite, terrain, and height in pixels, zoom level. So you can change the height, make it like smaller or bigger. And markers, also you can change the marker color and so on. So each block has its own possibilities here, right? Parameters. Okay, now Just going to save this as a draft and want to go back to the view pages. So you can create a page like this, or if you create it from the editor and you don't find the initial or preset templates and patterns, well, you can use it like this. So if I go here into page, create a new page, let's call this like show or last event. Okay, let's create a draft. So here we have like a blank page already. So it's not gonna let us choose right away if you want to use templates or not, or patterns or not. But what we can do is when we click here to type or choose a block, so if you click on plus, instead of selecting already like a paragraph or heading, like we work with this, we can directly go here to browse all. So when I go to browse all, it's going to open here on the left side this panel, or I can close it and open it directly with this plus button. And here you have blocks, but you also have patterns right away. And if you want to use pattern or ready-made templates, preset templates, you can click here on all patterns. And there you go, you have all the patterns right here. Or let's do like explore patterns. So perhaps this is a little bit better. And or here we have like uncategorized. Well, let's search for here. Let's do a gallery. So I'm gonna search for gal, and there you go. So you either create a gallery from scratch like this by clicking here, and then you also have like Instagram embedding or slideshows, tile gallery, story. But let's use some presets by now. I don't want to start with this yet. So if I go down, you can see you have some presets gallery, and you may recognize this from the pattern page that we saw before. So we can start from here. We can start using the other editor, but this is the new editor, and Press is better because it's going to give you some other options. So let me get the gallery from here just to pick one that we can edit. So I'm going to go for, well, let's select a simple one. Let's select this one. Okay. So you can see this is a group, first of all. So it's not only a block. If I click on this image, I can see where I am. If I go down here in the breadcrumbs, so you can see I am in the page, I am in the content of the page, I am in this particular group, in a gallery, and now I've selected an image block, so I am inside the image. So you have all the possibility here to edit like the gallery. So if I click on gallery, I can edit the gallery, I can edit the bigger group, the content, which is even bigger. And here you can see I am in the last event page. So perhaps I'm going to change this last, I'm going to rename it last event. And then I want to have this like not a simple paragraph, but I want to like a heading, but not too big, like heading 4 or heading 3. And then this is the group. So if I click here, I can expand, as we already know, this part. And perhaps I can change the alignment, justification, position. I can see the advanced part, as we already know, HTML anchor. And here we can transform this to row or to stack. And here I can access the CSS for the color, or here I can also add a background image, not only a background color. And we'll make this like a little bit different. And so again, we have the colors, typography, layout, and depending on what we select. So in the group, we have this. And also we have margins, padding, block spacing. So it's going to change everything that happens here. But we're going to get back to the layout later. I just want to go here on the image. You can see this is just a simple image. But this is the gallery. So if I select here, I'm selecting the whole gallery. And also the gallery has its own, you can change it right here. You can change the columns. So we can make like 5 and then they become 3. And let's see what we can show. Well, depending on the block we choose, it's going to look different. So let me go here to gallery, click here. I want to tiled gallery. So you can change also the style. So this is a tile gallery. You can also click here and continue to upload our images. And this is a little bit different. So it doesn't have like columns in this case, but I can change the rounded, I can make rounded corners right here. So you can see the corners are rounded. I can also link to media file, attachment page, or none. And then you have the block name and other stuff. So each block basically has its own parameters that you can set. Usually you set it from here. CSS, there you go. You have also circles, square tiles, tile columns, tile mosaic. So tile columns, and also you can change again the background, the padding, the margin of this gallery. And then if you go back here, you also have like columns, so you can change a little bit the size by changing the columns, and again round the corners if you want, and so on. So you can style it from here, or you can use this. So this, you can also align different way, full width, full height, other stuff, and you can add it a gallery by changing other and adding other stuff. And you can click on the 3 dots to duplicate, add before this block, add after this block, copy styles, group. If you don't have already a group, you can lock it. You can create a template part with this in the header, in the footer, general, or create a pattern, or just rename it, and so on. So you have like extra stuff in there. So let's save this, because this is going to be my gallery. Now, let's say that I want to add also here a map. So I will need probably a new block. So I'm going to click here, and you can add a map by searching map. So there is the standard map right here. So if I click, this is going to be the standard map again with the marker. I can type here a location, and I can use this, or let me delete it and let me click on plus. And another way, let's type map again. There you go. So it's adding directly the partner that you want, and this is the one that we used before, for example. Or else we can try embedding like maps from another service. So if I do here embed, you can see that I can embed, and I can embed Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Vimeo, and all these other stuff right here. So this is all things that you can embed in your website, if the author will let you embed, if there is like permission to embed, let's say like this. So many of YouTube videos, definitely you can embed it in your website. So if you want go like generic, you can click here embed. Oh, it's getting a little bit crazy. So here you need to copy and paste an URL. So if you go in your website, you can copy and paste directly the URL. So if you want to know what you can embed, you can click here on learn more about embeds, and you're going to go in this page, and it's going to explain to you how it's going to work. But essentially it's really simple. Just copy and paste this URL address in your in the space that is going to be given to you. And these are all the list of services that you can use. So a lot of stuff you can embed. Now let's say I want to embed here a Google Maps. So Google Maps page. So I'm in Rome here, so I want to click on the Colosseum. I want to share this location. So if I click on share, you can send a link or you can embed. Now, if I do embed here, let's select this. It's not going to be possible in the embed link, but I can use this link. So I can copy this link and like paste it right here in the URL. So right click, paste. So URL needs to have HTTPS and so on. Otherwise, it's not a URL, it's something else. So if I embed this, there you go. It's just a simple text, and perhaps I can add a link. So if I click here, there you go. We already have the link. Perhaps I can open it in a new tab. So this becomes a link. But what if I want to embed the map? So in that case, I will use the HTML. So if I type HTML, there you go. You can also add your custom HTML. So if you know how to write HTML, you can definitely do it in here, and that's going to be then visualized in your WordPress. We already said that WordPress is taking care of your HTML, CSS, and all the language. But if you want, you can write your own, or you can preview it from here. So if you want to test your HTML abilities, go. But I'm not going to show you that. I'm just going to show you when you can copy and paste HTML. So let's get back to the maps. And instead of using the link of the URL, I'm going to go here to embed the map. And I'm going to copy this here. I can also change the size and make it larger. I can make a custom size. So let's make like this 1000 times 400 for height. We can also preview it from here. So this is going to be the size, and you can change the zoom. And when you're ready, you can copy the HTML directly from here and just go back to your website and paste it in here. So right click, paste, or Ctrl+V of your keyboard. And this is the HTML visualization. So it's the backend, how it's going to be written in code. But if I want to change and see it, I'm going to set it to preview. And now you can see that my map will be visible. Now I can also click here in the three dots and group this. So I have like extra layout possibilities. Again, I can preview. Let me just scroll down. And well, actually, I'm going to move this down. So, sorry, just going to click with the arrow. It's going to go down here. So you have the link here and the map preview. Now, also, if I click on the three dots here, many times you can edit your block as an HTML. So again, if you want to work with HTML, click here, and this is going to be like the HTML for this link. So it's really easy, and you can say it contains the link, which is the href, and this is how it's written in HTML. And this is a paragraph, so it's P opening and P closing. So if I change this like H3, this is going to become like a title. So again, if you know a little bit HTML, you can add it yourself. You can add it with the language, you can add it visually. So okay, there you go. So we added this part of the page with the HTML. So this is a preview, and you can see it's something happened here, something went wrong. So not every time you will be able to do this. So I'm just gonna go back, or Control Z. There you go. So now it works. So many times you can edit your HTML and it will work. Sometimes it will not work. Let me see here, for example, again, click, edit as HTML. And again, you see this is H3, and let's just cancel. So also here, let's see if we can change here the title gallery. There you go. So you don't have HTML right here. So sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. And by the way, you can also click here and reposition these images, or click to trash the images around. Now let's save everything. And that's it. We have another page that we started with the template, and then we customize it a little bit. And in the following lesson, we will see also how to create it from zero using groups, using columns, and so on. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. And if you want, you can join the channel as a supporter if you want to support us. So subscribe, stay updated, check our other video courses and video guides that you find in the channel. See you in the next lesson.